how to choke him with just a regular cross collar choke from the front. But then we're also gonna talk about setting up the arms. You can open the lapel, this is good. You can just stick the hand inside, this is good. If I were to reach from the guard, I prefer to be on my elbow and be able to dig forward and aggress this. Instead of a reached grip at the extent of my arm already, and if he just postures a little bit, he's already stripping away from my grip. It's where when I'm on my elbow, I can reach and do the old jiu-jitsu adage as to where I want to grab the tag in the back of his gi with my hand. So I'm palm up and I reach inside. I don't like to try and find the opening this way. Usually there's not, right? So I like to go from the chest to up, and then I can reach and I grab the tag, taking my wrist in from a curled position to a straightened position as much as I can. I know the beginners complain a lot, my wrists hurt. Think your wrists hurt, they're dead, right? So it's a good option for you. I'm gonna pull him in, okay? I'm gonna pull him in and get my knees to pull him in. So like if I were to not be using my hands, I'll be trying to pull him forward with my knees, right? But I'm also using my arm, and I'm also using the drop of not using my elbow as a post anymore. So all that combined will bring Brock in. Of course, I wanna bring him next to my head, not on top of my head. So that's a perfect world. I got him all the way broken down, all right? Right now, what we're gonna do though is he'll be in the same position we just were for that armbar study. His elbows are down, but not his hands. Okay, so we're in this type of position. I want you guys to come over and just look at this side. Everything is about the next hand. So I can finish him palm up and palm up. I can finish him palm down, palm up, palm down, and I can finish palm down, palm down. Those are my three options. My palm down has to be on top. Okay, so what I mean by that is if I have a palm up grip, I can't go make a palm down grip on bottom now, right? It has to be on top, right? I can do a top grip over here, but I can't go make another palm up grip over here. I has to go palm up inside, so the palm down hand ends up being down on top. Does that make sense? It's the one that's on top. It doesn't matter if I go with this hand first and that hand next, or if I go that hand first and this hand next, right? It doesn't matter which way I go. So I'm open, okay? And then he's got his elbows in the same spot. I'm pulling him forward. I'm gonna reach with the palm up in the first case, okay? And I want my fingers to touch in the back, okay? I don't wanna be halfway. If I'm halfway, I'm trying to pull, it doesn't really choke my opponent, and he's able to get to the grips breaking easier and pushing my elbows easier. Another beginner mistake is lifting my elbows. When I lift my elbows, my opponent can lift my elbows and push my elbows, and it breaks off. I'm pulling it like a low lat row. When you do like a workout at the gym and you're doing a low lat row, I'm pulling those elbows around my ribs, okay? So I'm inside, I pull him forward a little bit. Watch, I'm pulling him around nice and tight, around my ribs so he can't push them or anything, right? And then I can squeeze and get the tap. Okay, so I'm rolling my knuckles in, pushing my knuckles into his body, or into his neck, sorry, and pulling everything in nice and tight with my elbows. This is the goal of that choke. So I go palm up, right? Next one, I'm gonna go palm up in this case, okay? Next one is palm up. I make my hands touch, and I have the choke. Next one is palm up, palm down. Every time I grab with the first hand being palm up, I'm gonna have this wrinkle right there, right? Beautiful game. I do my thing. Magically, there's my wrinkles, right? So I can grab with my hand on top, but it's the weakest of the grips in terms of him stripping it and trying to choke him, and you tend to use a little bit more force with this hand. I can have as high as I can. I don't want to be out here or short. Remember, I want to think about my hands touching each other. So if I were to go as deep as possible, I would grab way up there. Now I'd be able to bring him in and get my choke, okay? The awesome thing about the palm down is that when he tucks his chin, right, I can take nice and easy, I'll rub it up, up, until I get underneath his mandible, I'll pull him in, and I have a clean carotid choke. Last but not least, I have my thumb on the inside. I have my thumb on the inside. This takes longer, harder to get, but it is more secure, and I have the same choke. We have to understand these chokes first before he starts defending the chokes, and I start locking up arm bars. So we have to know the chokes and make them legit, plus it's a submission. Then you'll get the concept of choke and the hands go here, then we can attack the arms. Well, we're baby stepping it. It's the first part of the second week of 2-week curriculum, right? Is the first day. So here we go. Up on my elbow, get open. Pull inside, and the first one is palm ups going underneath. That's an underneath grip. Boom. If I go palm up, I come to the side, I grab that, I come inside. Boom. Same thing over here. Thumb inside, rotate, kind of hurts his neck. Squeeze. I want you to do all three, and then you'll switch. Do all three, and then we'll switch. I'll walk you through it. Good to go?